This is the all-electric G-Class, the EQG. So they are electrifying the iconic model, and this is the very first prototype we see here at IAA Motor Show in Munich, Germany. And you can see here the closed front grille, but in a similar design. A lot of light playing around. In the US, also the illuminated star will be allowed. You can see here the top hood, still in black, contrasting color. It looks kinda almost the same as the normal G-Class, but we see the electrified image definitely. Also, for example, with illumination along the sides here, right there. This will be illuminated at night, for example. 22-inch wheels, here still in the concept car style, but they look also very interesting indeed. And it will also feature the very classic leather frame chassis with independent suspension in the front and rigid axle in the rear to be even, as rough as before. 4 electric motors actually, so you will be probably able to control the wheels individually, so to speak. And this will give you great off-road performance due to the big battery pack on the lower part of the vehicle, low center of gravity, and that means together with the electric drive, a lot of power from the get-go, but also very finely tuned to control it. So this one will probably be even more off-road capable than the original version. It will even feature a 2-speed gearbox. Let's take a look at the rear, and following the typical side also, this looks as rugged as before and as old school as before, like the 1979 model. And what's interesting here at the rear, you can see the spare wheel box. There's not a spare wheel behind it, but this is in the wall box style, so as that you can, for example, store your cables in there. And this is also, once again, leading it to the future here for the EQG. What do you think about this approach? And they will most probably also put one of their big battery packs in it. At the moment, they have one with 90 kilowatt hours and one at 108 kilowatt hours. Because this one here really stands against the wind, it will not be as efficient as the new EQE or the EQS, and also in their SUV versions, so they will definitely have less range. But I mean, when the new generation here of the G-Class was introduced, Arnold Schwarzenegger demanded an electric version, and yeah, they are definitely giving it not only to him, but also to us. You can see here this rooftop, and on top of it, when you look from above, you can see a G logo on the top of it, and yeah, probably at the end of the day, you will be able to put a roof box in there, for example, for even more luggage capacity and so on. So I think the styling is really, really cool. It has definitely a retro style, and I like retro electric cars. We've seen also with the Hyundai Ioniq 5 that people really go for this retro design. It just brings some joy back while still transporting something to the future. And exclusively for you, we could take a look here at the interior as well. Of course, still prototype stage, but we can see what's interesting. It doesn't have this new EQS or EQE hyper screen setup. It rather has a rather classical G-Class setup. So, and I think I do prefer that. It's not this technical overload, and we can see that on the interior, once again, it's more like the traditional G-Class, and I think it's pretty cool that we have on the one hand more traditional exterior and interior, on the other hand we have the electrification. Of course, this might not be so efficient and overall as for the chassis and so on, but after all, it's also supposed to be fun, not only sustainable but also fun. And I hope we can also see then, for example, a high-grade leatherette on the interior. And this one is, I think, a high-grade leatherette. At least it looks like it. And of course, really fancy with its all-white interior. Yeah, it might appear a little bit bright, and also while driving, also with the dashboard, it might give reflections in the front windscreen. But yeah, not sure if this one will come after all. But if you would like to see such an interior for the future electric G-Class, then definitely put it in the comments. Very, very interesting. We also have the Maybach EQS SUV, so the more luxurious version with a streamlined look. You can also tune into that video and see it there.